Hello, and welcome to Make Up a Story. I'm Brandon, and this
I'm
is
Alba, and welcome to another episode. And this is episode
12.
sure.
I edited 11 yesterday,
11.
so I'm hoping it's 12.
How long did it take you to edit? Because it was the longest episode.
Oh shit! No, not long actually. I just played it on the editor, and whenever we had a few pauses, I would cut. But I was sitting down doing my stretches and doing my own thing while I was editing, so it was a fun edit.
So it was kind of like with no two cameras, because you love only doing it with one camera.
No, that's not true.
You love only one camera.
You love doing it with two cameras and then cutting them every 5 seconds, and I'm like, okay, what's the meaning of the cut?
I just like to cut.
You have to know that I've studied film.
Whoa!
So
calm down.
No, but I have studied. No, I'm not. I don't want to. I'm not patronizing you, mate. But I did, which I don't like actually. I prefer the technical side of things, but I did a lot of essays and stuff on when should you cut. You know, there is a book called Blink, I think, or In the Blink of an Eye, and it's when you should make it a cut. It's very theoretical and very academic, which is the background that you don't have. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
All the main, for example, Tarantino didn't go to film school.
Yeah.
Many of the big ones, I don't mind. I didn't go to film school.
And Alba Mendoza didn't go to film school either.
But you did something related to that. But yeah, the thing is, I love cameras because I love changing into them. And when I was younger, I used to even cut them even faster, like boom, 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 boom. And I stopped doing that because I found that it's not really what I like. But when I see movies that they do these long takes and
I also struggle to watch them, to sit down and watch them. I'm like, whoa, come on, my attention span is very short.
But sometimes it's just one scene is the whole no movement. They're just talking and talking. So.
Yeah, fair. Anyway, that's not the topic that we were gonna talk about today.
Yeah, it's not that. So what's the topic today, Alba?
So we're gonna talk about restaurants.
That's good.
And what we have seen behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, restaurants, hotels,
yes,
all kind of things and weird things. But first,
roll the intro.
We are really synchronized now because we know we both forgot about the intro.
I was like, we have been rolling for 2 minutes and we have not put the intro yet.
People that listen to the podcast, they were like, where are they going to shoot the intro? It's like a game now. It's like,
woo. At least we shoot the intro because I'm watching some podcasts where they don't put the intro until the minute 30 or something. It's really funny.
How many podcasts do you listen to?
Many.
Because you have free diving podcast, you
yes.
have a interview podcast as well.
Yeah, interview podcast like The Diary of a CEO.
That one.
Slow-mo. What else?
Slow-mo, they have a podcast. The guys from YouTube.
I don't know, it's not that. It's a random guy who used to work at Google and stuff.
Oh, no, I thought you said the slow-mo guys. They do the slow motion videos.
No, that's not it. It's literally about life. Topic. It's literally about how to go slower in life and take it as it comes and be happier and stuff like that. So it's really nice.
I don't know if it's that.
Yeah, your sound level.
Your sound level is yours, the one down.
Mine is the one down.
Yeah, it's yours.
No, my one is the below one.
Yeah, that's why.
It's very high.
That's why I'm putting it down.
I see. Look at that. Wait. Okay. So yeah, where should we start?
All right. So, everybody knows our backgrounds already, so we are not gonna go through that again. But we can explain. We can start with you if you want to. You can say first few places that you worked in, restaurants and bars here in London, in the UK.
Everything is on my LinkedIn. Go there. No.
Yeah. Don't
well, I've already said it. I think, no?
Yeah, you said it.
I worked at Wasabi Sushi and Bento for 1 year and 8 months. I was in the front of house, so I wasn't really dealing with kitchen stuff, even though I did some days in the kitchen. But yeah, that's my main background. Then I went to study film at uni, and then I quit my job at Wasabi and I wanted to go freelance, and I started freelancing as a film person. But especially at the beginning, I'm being very junior, you don't get that many jobs. So what I did is to also freelance as a kitchen porter, which is the person in charge of washing the dishes and washing everything. And I also was a kitchen assistant. I don't remember the title.
Kitchen assistant. You were helping the chef.
It's sous chef. It's something like that, but it wasn't sous chef. It was something. It was basically the lowest thing you could do.
The lowest level you can imagine.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to do kitchen porter because it was just easy.
Right.
I just wash stuff. I don't have to deal with food or stuff, like with allergies and stuff like that. We're learning lately that it's a tough one. So yeah, that's what my experience has been. When I was freelancing, I freelanced for Michelin star restaurants, for cabaret restaurants, and for very plain British restaurants as well.
Okay.
So that's my background. What's yours? What can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you a lot of things, but of course I cannot really say all the things that I know behind the scenes because it's kind of like not really on brand, let's say that way, because some things I can talk and some other things I cannot. But I've worked in hotels for a long time in entertainment, but as well, being an entertainer, you work very close to the chefs and to the restaurants.
Why?
Because we do games in which we have cakes or we have like drinks. We give drinks for free, or so it's always kind of like we always chat with the bartenders or we go into the kitchen. So there was one of these shows that I used to do that it was kind of like a funny show, and we had to throw a pie. In
someone's face.
In someone's face.
Oh, that's so fun.
And that was every 2 weeks we had the show. So every 2 weeks I had to go downstairs to the kitchen, tell the guys. And I used to work a lot with them and they knew me, of course. But yeah, in those times I've got a lot of stories. But we have to say that even though we tell any stories, I mean, you are really proud of working at Wasabi and all of that.
I am not.
I love that. This goes to the TikToks now.
This is a TikTok. I am fucking not.
Really? I think you were really happy to work in it because you were 1 year and a half.
1 year and 8 months.
Wow. Come
a
on,
very long year and 8 months.
But you grew a lot in that company.
Yes. So it was my very first job in London.
Yeah.
I got hired first at McDonald's and I got told to go and do the training. But because I got hired at Wasabi, I just ignored McDonald's. Thank God.
Why? Why did you go for Wasabi instead of McDonald's?
Because I was under 21 and there is something in the UK that if you're under 21, some companies are allowed to pay you less money.
Oh, yeah.
And McDonald's did that. Whereas Wasabi didn't care. As long as you are over 18 and you can handle everything, it's fine. So they would pay me like over £1 extra an hour. And I was like, fuck it.
Can we say how much do they? If we can say how much do they get?
I think we
paid?
can. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's on everywhere, but I don't know. It's like 11 or less.
11. You're crazy. No way. I wish I got paid 11. No. I first started in 2016.
Yeah.
So I was getting paid £7.20 an hour.
Ooh, that's a minimum. Wow.
It was the minimum wage at the time. Yes.
Yeah. No, it's different. Yeah, the minimum wage is completely different now.
Yeah. Then a few months after, I asked for a raise and I got paid $7.50, and I was like, wow, this is amazing.
From how many pennies? That is like 30p of
30p an hour. It makes a difference.
Yeah, it
bro.
makes at that time for sure. It makes a difference. But it's like how it's crazy that we.
It's mad.
Wow.
And then I got promoted, and then I used to get $8.50 an hour.
It's a good one.
That was 6 months in, so it was okay. I've been getting a little salary raise, and then the next year, I think. The minimum wage every year it raises.
Yeah.
So I got 20p more. And that was when I left.
So what was the highest point of payment for you?
8.70.
8.70 was the highest. You could get any higher than that? Working inside the shop, being manager, or?
Yes, I got offered. I was team leader at the time.
Ooh.
And I got offered to go into being assistant manager, but I said no because I was going into uni. And I was going part-time anyway, so it didn't make sense.
Would you have done it?
No.
If you didn't go to the film school, would you have gone into being that kind of...
Probably, and it would have actually dragged me down. Like, I would just have stayed there for ages because I still have colleagues at the time who are still working at Wasabi. And I think there is so much you can do, and I'm so glad that I'm now working there. I definitely I'm not per se proud of being there, but I'm really grateful. I think I started working there when I was 19.
And you finished when you were 21.
Yeah, exactly. It's mad. And I grew up a lot I have my first like London group of friends from Wasabi.
You still do them, yeah?
Yeah,
You
I still meet them. We went on holiday a few months ago.
That's the best thing you can get from
and
a
I
job.
think it's great. I grew up a lot, like from being in my hometown, really tiny hometown, you know,
Yeah,
to being in such a big city surrounded by so many people, and the fact that I found so many good people as well, that was amazing. And yeah, and I also of course learned English, like how you, because it's very different from what you learn in school to what you actually use. So that was really funny, and we used to have a joke because I was going to uni. Two of my colleagues, who are now my friends, were also going to uni, and we were like, "Oh, when we finish uni, we're gonna be talking like, bro, mate, which in a way we have done.
I need the money, G.
Yeah, which in a way we have done, but we still keep our accents, which is fun, and I think we have progressed a lot, and it's amazing. But yeah,
That's.
how about you? Because I know you started working in hotels and stuff very early. Were you underage?
Yeah, I was doing. I was assisting my cousin at the time, so I was sick. Well, I started already dancing in hotels when I was 15. So I was doing a show in the hotel that I used to live there in Fuerteventura, and I used to do the shows.
Did they pay you for the show?
No. It was kind of like they needed people to do the shows. Like it was one of the biggest shows in Canada, like in Fuerteventura. This hotel had the biggest. They brought people from the TV show in Spain. In Cuatro they had this TV show of Fama or something like that.
Oh yeah, Fama.
Yeah, so many of the dancers that were in the show, they will work with me.
No way.
And I know some of them. They were really nice people. And then for me, I didn't know because I didn't follow that TV show. But then they told me like, oh yeah, I just came from Madrid because I didn't like the way. And then they came to work with us. So it was really cool. I got to know them. So lyric style and hip hop and all these kind of ballet dancers. And it was really cool. So they gave me the chance every Friday and Thursday to act in the shows and dance with them. And so I started getting into that, and then I really wanted to do it. And so when I got into 17, I decided like I don't want to study anymore, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to go for entertainment. I started doing some like when you shadow somebody, learning how to do the things. So I was really into hotels from the beginning.
And so you didn't finish A levels?
I don't know how you call that, but I finished high school.
High school, no bachillerato, for example.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay.
I had the chance to finish it, but I was like, I don't want to spend another year.
There's no point, to be honest. Like, there's no point to finish A levels.
But I really thought about it. I was like, like maybe I finish. But then I was like, and then what do? I go to Las Palmas and study film there because it was one thing that I wanted to do, or I go to, I don't know. I didn't find anything to do, so
fair.
I was like, stop.
Fair enough.
And so I just started doing that, and from the first day you work as an entertainer and you work in dancing and all of that, it's kind of like a family, and everybody, like the kitchen porters, the people that wash the dishes, the bartenders, and they tell you these stories, and they tell you how they have gone through a lot of activities, and weird activities. So
what do you mean weird activities? Like what do you mean?
I mean, when you're working at all-inclusive hotel, these have these kind of things of all-inclusive. They don't have a good quality.
Oh, they have a buffet as well. So
yeah, so everybody will have buffet, and the drinks are buffet as well, kind of like all-inclusive. You can have.
So everything's kind of thrown around. I'm assuming, no?
Yeah, like the food that they were. It's not that they were keeping about things like if they go to waste, they throw it away, but. Like drinks, the quality of the drinks and all of that, like Jack Daniels and all these companies, usually they don't have those things. They have other brands.
And probably they also diluted them in water or something.
Yeah, because it's normal. Like people, even though all-inclusive is expensive, it's not that expensive to pay for good quality drinks or good quality food. So it's these kind of things that is really kind of like...
They just do it to make money, really.
Yeah. I think the best all-inclusive hotels in all around, like I would say the world, because they have hotels as well in South America.
Which one?
Iberostar. They have the best food and the best place for lunch and buffets and drinks, because they really spend a lot of money. And it's a Spanish company from Mallorca, and they have a lot of hotels around the world. Now they have one in London.
Really?
And they have the best food, and it's just you pay for what you get. And H10 as well. They have really good food, good restaurants.
Yeah, I actually, my aunt, who is a teacher, and she she gets one of the good salaries in Spain.
Yeah.
She once brought me to an H10. And it
Yeah,
was
no,
amazing.
they do amazing food. I worked there for 2 years and a half in the company
H10?
H10. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
and they do have good food for the workers and for the people that go on holidays, which is another point that we will get to into, because the people that work in the hotels usually they don't have that kind of amazing food that the people
Really, they
have.
have a different food. No,
Oh yeah.
we'll get into it. No, tell me more.
So when you
Tell
work
me
in
more,
hotels
tell
and you
me
work,
more. No, 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 no.
when you work in hotels, you have the option in different companies. They have different things. But for example, Iberostar, H10, or Sweet Hotels, all these hotels, big brands, they have different buffets for the workers and for people that go on holiday, which is normal.
And the workers will get the leftovers, I'm assuming?
Yes. So
Of
most
course.
of the times you get the leftovers if you're lucky. But if not, usually they don't do that because safety reasons, health, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They don't want to give you the best quality food that the people will get. So they will have we had our own chef for the workers, and the foods are not really the best. I don't know why.
It's a trainee chef or something.
No, they were the same chefs that were working in the restaurant, but I feel like maybe they didn't have the time to invest to do great food for us. And at the time, it was really difficult. Even though I used to eat meat and fish and all of that, the only thing that I would eat in those places would be like really potatoes and maybe pizza that they had every 2 days from the leftovers from the
No
restaurant.
way.
Because it's it was really bad and it was difficult. But the good thing of being an entertainer in that aspect is that usually entertainers can go into the restaurant and eat with the guests.
Yeah, you said before that you used to eat in the restaurant every day.
Yeah, but that depends on which brand,
Which hotel?
which
Which
hotels,
company you work
with the company they work for. And so entertainers, we have this kind of thing of like, oh, I'm gonna go and say hi to the guests. So then I will go into the restaurant and I will be eating the food, and it was amazing food. That's why I got to try all the restaurants in Fuerteventura. I know most of the restaurants inside the hotels because I used to go there, so I know which ones have good quality. And this was before I was vegan, so I know what good quality meat and fish are in each one.
Wow. You ate all of the good meat and fish and then you were like, I'm out.
I'm out. Cut it. But one of the things that really people don't see behind the scenes of these big places that you have so many people working is that it's really difficult to cook for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people.
It's mad, yeah. You need a lot of people behind
and
the
people
scenes.
complain
Well.
and they go like, I remember having chats with people like the guests that were going, this hotel is the worst because it's just like they don't treat their guests like they have to. And they go like, of course, you're expecting to have your own chef, but all the 3,000 people, they need to have their own chef as well.
Yeah.
And so the food they bake is basic. Unless you go to a really expensive hotel like Iberostar and they have their own restaurant and you have to book their restaurant. Even if you go on holiday, you have to book it.
Yeah. I know. It's a tricky one. What do you see then behind the scenes that you can tell us?
There's a lot of drama in the kitchens.
Oh, yeah. I remember like people in the kitchens are just so rude.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's a fight between them.
It's like next level.
Yeah.
And I would be there by myself. Like, I just want to wash these dishes. I just want to like cut this veggie. Like, I don't want to get involved in it.
Don't get me into that shit.
Oh, I used to punch chicken.
Wow, that's really vegan.
I know. I wasn't vegan at the time.
Punch, but where? In Wasabi they don't have.
Yes.
They have.
Well,
chicken.
now they don't. Now they have everything like pre-done and they just reheat. But at the time we have a big fryer.
Okay.
We had a big fryer and we used to like make the chicken. So we get the raw chicken.
All right.
We punch it so it's flat for the katsu. Katsu curry.
Ah, okay.
The chicken is flat.
Okay.
So we would get like a piece like this. We would punch it and it would become like this. You literally like...
To get it crispy, no? It's kind of like to lose the nerves and the...
Yeah, to lose the nerves and make it flatter. And then you put the breadcrumb and then you fry it.
So you used to cook that as well?
So I used to, like 99% of the time I was in the front of house. I was like just with the customers. But after the few times that I was like, I cannot deal with customers anymore.
Don't deal with this.
Honestly. I learned how to use the wok and the fryer, and I remember especially when the guy who was in the fryer, who is still my friend today, he was on holiday or whatever, I'll be like, I'm in the fryer today. That's absolutely fine. And yeah, you just check it in. I used to check in also salmon and gyozas.
But you feel like in those places you were rotating, like kind of like
No.
no,
No,
you just
like-
need to learn a little bit, or just because they need you to.
What do you mean you need to learn a little
I
bit?
mean, in some companies, what they do, you don't have your own role. You keep changing your role.
Yes, so within the front of house team, we would swap roles,
Mhm.
but generally you would have the same one because I was team leader. I kind of could choose.
Oh.
So basically, every day I would write everyone's name and their position. So it would
Mhm.
be like be in the till, be on the bain-marie, which is where we keep the food hot, and you would serve it to people, and then they would go to the till and pay. Then there was also another role which was restocking the sushi, because at lunchtime you need someone coming in and out all the time because it's so busy.
I've seen the wasabi so packed of people.
Yeah, it's mad. Like especially at lunch, it's crazy. And we had a really big space as well. And sometimes, especially in the summer, the queues would get outside the shop. It's mad.
I imagine they make so much money, these places.
Yeah, they must. I mean, I know how much we were making, but I'm not allowed to say.
Oh yeah, you don't say, but
I'll tell you later.
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Only for the patrons.
When we have it. Where was I?
The queues.
Oh yeah, so I will make the list with people and their positions, and I would most of the time put myself on. We also had a reheater, so they would be reheating like the sauces and stuff and putting them on the bain-marie because everything would run out so quickly as well, and I would put myself on reheating or filling up sushi because those were my favorite positions because you know how I like management games.
Yeah.
So for me that was the most exciting
It's the
thing
best
to
game
do.
for you is team leader because you can control everything.
No. I hated it actually. I don't like managing people.
But in the game you do. You're managing at the
Yeah,
end
but
of the
I'm
day.
not managing their emotions in the game. You know, I'm not managing when they're fucking rude. And I had a few stories. See, I'm not sure I'm also allowed. Like people were just, it was another level. But I basically used to put myself when I could, not always. Like sometimes I just had to be in the till because
Yeah.
I was the one dealing with returns, refunds, and stuff like that. And they also, they tried to trick us. We had these guys coming at like 2:30, just right after lunchtime. So everyone was a bit distracted. Everyone started to relax after 2 hours of being full on. We were starting to clean. And they would buy just a drink and give you a £20 note.
Oh yeah.
Do you know the trick?
I know this because they made it to Sheila.
Really?
Yeah, and they got mad. They were paying with a £50 note as well.
£50 notes or £20, and then
Yeah.
they get a drink which is like £1 something, and they're like, no, but give me this change, give me this,
Yeah.
da, 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 da. And then they end up taking like 50 quid off you.
Yeah.
They-
They use the fake notes.
Oh, fake notes as well, but that was a real note.
Yeah, well.
And they tried to do it to me. They couldn't do it.
And they get mad at you.
Yeah, they start shouting, and I would just take the right change, close the till, and be like, sorry, I cannot do anything. And they would be fine. And then they would just walk away. I mean, if you get mad, you get mad. Like, I'm sorry. They did this to a colleague of mine, and I was in the till like 2-3 tills away from him, and I was seeing it happen, but I was serving other people, so I couldn't. I was like telling to my assistant manager at the time, they are tricking him. Then we counted the till. Of course, it was £50 less.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck.
I mean, that's when that kind of thing happens. I remember like when I first started, like when I moved from entertainer to reception, one of the first rules that they teach me, it was do never get engaged with somebody. It's not your life. It's not, because in hotels you have like a big safety box of, I remember like 150,000, 160,000. It's a lot of money that they have inside.
Yeah.
So if in the middle of the night in Lanzarote, which never happens, but in Fuerteventura or whatever, you have somebody and it comes with a knife, with a gun, anything, you just give everything.
The 1,000
You just give them everything. It's not worth your life over that kind of money.
You know what I was told at Wasabi? A piece of sushi is not worth your life. And they told you in hotels 1,050.
Yeah. I mean, but it's true.
150,000
No money is worth
your life.
Your life. So, and it's not even if it's your business, you will give your money.
Yeah.
But of course, that's
100%.
something that when you are, I like to save people. I like to trying to solve the issue. But like when you see people, they come to you and they come to you mad, it's better like, that's it. No,
Bye.
and leave.
Yeah, I agree.
Take everything you want, but don't do anything to anybody here. Just go. And so that's why these places like Wasabi or Pret or that they do a lot of money every day because they even have security coming in to get the money.
Yeah.
And it's like,
In
how
some
much
of them,
money?
no, it's just because they don't have access to a bank nearby. Because I used to like do the cash,
You have to take it
cash
to the
the
bank,
tills, and I used to go and take it to the bank.
Yeah.
And I used to have a few £1,000 in my backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's normal. But now, thankfully, everything is with cards now.
Yeah. Most of things are with card now. I don't think they're making nearly as much money in cash. But I remember you had to always take someone with you as well. You could not go with thousands of pounds in your backpack to the bank. Thankfully, we had it like next to us, so it was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But some places now, they do not have a bank nearby or not a bank that they can access, so they send security to collect the cash, which is, I think, the best thing to do. And I'm assuming they have insurance if it gets stolen, like it's life.
How many wasabis are in London?
At the time I was working, I think it was 50. Now we're like way over that.
Yeah.
We must be way over
Every day I
that.
see a new wasabi around the corner. It's like crazy.
Yeah, but yeah.
But they used to be, I think, bigger before. I think they lost a little bit of traction.
You think?
I think, yeah.
I
think
don't
now
know.
people are less like, I think when they came out, they was having all of that was kind of like fast food, but it was healthy. But now with time,
Yeah.
people are just
Yeah, it has
realizing it's not
developed
that
to
healthy.
not being great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Should we stop talking about wasabi, please?
My God, it's just going over that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, that's the thing. Hotels. Let's see.
Yeah, give me more.
I've got the tea. One of the main things that you do and you deal with people, it's you don't know sometimes what people are when they come into the hotel.
What do you mean? If they have like a higher ranking or
hierarchy, or they are famous people, or you know them. But if they are politics or they are,
if they're famous people, you know them.
I know
I
them.
won't know them.
yeah, I know.
Do you want to have the story who we saw the other day?
Oh my God, that story is so good. Yeah, you were like, I don't care.
I was like, I'm not even looking back. I don't care. So we were walking to get a coffee,
Yeah,
and Brandon suddenly turns around,
all dramatic.
and he was like, "Oh my God, that's Loki." Who was
Yeah.
the guy's name?
Tom Hiddleston was right behind us, and
Yeah.
he was just right there. And I told you, you know Marvel, and Alba was like, yeah,
I know.
Loki. No,
No. And you guys were like, whoop, kept looking back. I was like, I don't care. At the end, we stopped and we got inside the coffee shop and we were looking outside and we saw him pass. And I was like, okay, got his face. Now I can tell people I've seen him.
yeah, which is
That's-
nice. It was a tall guy, really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that
That's
guy
right.
comes into into a hotel or a restaurant, most of it you know them.
Yeah.
But usually when people go into holidays into Fuerteventura or anywhere like that, it's people that have money in some of the hotels. And so they can have money because they work somewhere or because they work for the government. And so,
that is the only...
yeah, that's the only thing that you will get money from. And there was an occasion that in one of the hotels, this guy was paying for a lot of things. He had like a lot of drinks, a lot of food, and so he was having a good time. So at the end of the holidays, he came to a reception, and his face was completely different. That you cannot imagine. Like he was completely like pale. He lost.
Really?
Yeah, and he came over and he was like, "What kind of credit card do you have on file for me?" And I was like, "I mean, the credit card you gave us when you came into the check-in." And he was like, "Yeah, but like that's not the card. You cannot charge that card because that card is not mine. That card belongs to my employer." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like you gave us that card, we have to use it." And he was really mad because somebody told him like, "Oh, we found out you're on holidays."
Someone told him off.
Yeah, and he was like, they found out you need to fix this because it's a lot of money that you're using. And so I remember that day like it was yesterday because no one cared. Because it was like, wow, this is so sad that this guy, he knew he had money, but that's it. But like when that happened, it was like, how is it even possible that this is happening nowadays? That was in 2015. So it's really, it was social media already there. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just
crazy.
these kind of things that people do.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Do you have any last?
No, I have a lot of stories, but I cannot really tell them because
Then
it's really difficult.
I'm
but
trying to think because I did work for Sketch, which is a Sketch. It's actually a very well known restaurant. It's next to Oxford Circus. But I basically worked there for like a few days, like 12 hours. It was mad. I remember the guy is a Michelin star restaurant, and the guy is a French chef. He came and said hi. I also didn't know who he was, so like, yeah, what's up?
Good.
And they basically had me like making sandwiches, and yeah, and cutting some veggies. But like, they were like, "Where are your knives?" And I was like, "I didn't bring any knives. I'm just here for the money. Like, don't really care."
Wow, but it's mad that these kind of big restaurants they usually hire these companies for short term.
Yeah,
contracts.
because I don't think they can find that many people to work.
Yeah,
In such a fast paced kitchen as well.
because no one wants to work in these kind of places.
Yeah, like, and it was like from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Wow.
It was really hard work. You know, like you wouldn't even be able to like have a quick break. You literally would maybe go to the loo once, then go to have lunch, and then go back and work.
Yeah.
It is mad.
But I feel like that kind of work is the same as entertainment. You need to go into this because you want to get something out of it, or you want to learn.
Oh my god, why?
Or yeah,
because you like it.
Because you like it, and maybe you want to grow, and you want to be a manager. You want to be kind of
Woo.
like it's kind of these things that many people love to work in bars. I used to love working in a restaurant. Like I love talking to people. I know you don't, but I love talking to people.
I know you don't.
So I love working. So when I was
All
at
right.
the reception, I like to grow. So I was really enjoying. Of course, there's no time, but like people when they're going to this kind of jobs, it's a different mentality because maybe you want to do film or maybe you want to do another thing. So your mind is all the time like, why the hell I'm doing this?
Am I here?
Yeah, when I can do other things, but at some point you have to start somewhere. So
Yeah,
it's this kind of jobs that you do. But I feel like this. I've been to the restaurant from this guy and the Spanish chef in Oxford.
the runner.
The runner?
What's his name?
I forgot. It's the one that is with.
It's from the Basque Country.
Yeah.
Yeah, the runner.
I don't know.
He's almost bald. Or he's
that one. Yeah, like that one it is. David Muñoz.
That doesn't sound from the Basque
The
Country.
name came to me. And so I went to this restaurant.
The one who is with Cristina Pedroche.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So they invite us to this restaurant, to me and one colleague, and we went to the restaurant. I don't think it's open anymore, but it's in Oxford Street. And it's this restaurant that is like a cocktail is like £40, and the lunch I think it was like the lunch I think they paid. I didn't pay for it, but it was like £190, and we didn't eat anything. Like it was really bad.
Oh my god!
They made me like vegan cocktails with no alcohol, and the food is kind of like this experience, which I get is really cool to have this experience of going to a restaurant that. They open it or you break it and the smoke comes out and everything is like it's like being in a fairy tale kind of.
Yeah, it's like an interactive food.
Yeah, and so I went in and we were both Spanish, so we went in and everybody who worked there was Spanish, which I get it. Of course,
it's like Zara.
Yeah, you go to Zara and it's like everything is in Spanish here.
Yeah.
They speak Spanish all the time, and so I went there and everybody was Spanish and this guy did. They didn't realize we were Spanish as well, so they were trying to speak in English to me. I was like, my God, like, you can speak in Spanish to me. You don't have to worry about that. You
have to try.
You have to, yeah. And so they gave us the explanation of like each dish and all of that. I was like, it's great. But then we were not supposed to see the bill because it was a present, but they forgot and they gave it to us anyways. And we saw the bill and it was like, how is it possible that people pay this much?
How much was it?
It was £195 and we only had 2 dishes and 2 cocktails.
For 2 people?
2 people.
Oh my God.
And it was a really nice place. It's experience and you really enjoy it. But I was like, I don't know, is it really worth this kind of like...
Some people have money that they just want to expend.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You go to... we went the other day to Harrods. And you see these people like spending money on jewelry, and you see the price, and it's like
it is crazy.
A ring is like £15,000.
Can I give you something to do for next week's?
Let's see.
So you have to watch in Netflix just one episode of Dubai's Bling, I think, or Fling or something like that. I'll send you the link. It's because you're basically gonna complain, but to the next level. I also wanted to say that even though like I've always like wanted to work somewhere else when I was working at restaurants,
Yeah.
and what I try to do wherever I work, I am grateful that I'm there and I try to do my best. Don't you think I do that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, no. Why would you
I
think
don't
the other
know.
way?
I don't know because you were saying like you when you were working at a reception, even though you wanted to do something else, like you are, you have to be there and you have to be fully present in a way,
Yeah, I think. Well, me, yes, and you too. We know that we are committed to the work and we
Yeah.
go there. I remember people that they were just there for no reason and they were making hell for everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a thing. What do you have there?
I told you to ask me about this, so it doesn't look like I am.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like everybody would see it on the camera because it's like you're full of tattoos with heaven. You went to the disco night, disco place.
Club, disco place. It's like we're in the 90s.
We are in the 90s here to a disco place.
I went, no, wait. So yesterday, thank you for asking, Brandon, by the way.
My God, we were talking like what transition there.
We are on 36 minutes. I was like, oh my God, he's never going to ask. So talking about spending money, because you spent 190, well, you didn't spend it, was a gift, but it was £190. That's mad. So yesterday, I went out from midday, had a coffee, had a kind of lunch/dinner, which you were actually in there.
I know the price of that, which kind of expensive.
We'll talk about that. So counting the coffee, the lunch/dinner.
Yeah.
Then I went to a bar, GAY. Then I went to Heaven.
Yeah.
Having in mind that Heaven and GAY are really cheap compared to the rest of London.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 4 drinks.
4?
2 of them were single, 2 of them were double.
Right.
And I had to pay for the entrance to Heaven. And I had to pay for a cloakroom as well. How much do you think I spent yesterday? Do you want to start from the beginning?
Let's start from the beginning. The coffee was for free.
Yes, you know that. We had a discount on an app.
Lunch was £20.
Yes, you were there. But I think it was cheap in the sense that I have leftovers to have lunch now. Yeah. So that was cheap.
Okay, £20. Then if you had 4 drinks, which the drinks, if they are cheaper, if it's happy hour, I would say that maybe it would be like £6 each. Mm-hmm. So it would be £24 for 4 drinks.
Bear in mind, 2 of them were double. Do you know what double means?
Yeah. So then, yeah, but it would be maybe 4.
I think you're not wrong, actually.
Let's say it was £30 for the drinks.
Okay.
And then the entrance of Heaven, I have no idea how much is an entrance, but the clock room will be like £4.
Okay.
And so the ticket entrance will be maybe £8, so it will be 12, so it will be 42 and 50. I would say you spent yesterday the amount of £58.
Wow, you're closer than I thought. Okay, I'm gonna break it down.
Let's go.
Coffee was £0, you said it. Dinner was £20, you were there, of course. Drinks, I spent £26 actually on drinks.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, two singles were £5 each. 2 doubles were £8 each. So that's 16. That's 30. That's 26. The entrance to Heaven is here. Because I went to GAY before. They gave me this wristband. So it is 8 if you don't go to GAY.
Okay.
So you got it right. It's £8, but because I went to GAY first, it was £4.
They give you a discount if you go to the other place before.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
Because you're already spending money in a way. Okay, so Heaven entrance was £4. The cloakroom, because I had 2 items, it was £3. It's £1.50 each, which is really cheap.
Oh, that was cheap, yeah.
So yesterday I spent £53,
which
wow. I was out for a full-on over 12 hours, and I had a full-on day. I did over 15k kilometers, I think, walking.
You need the Apple Watch.
Oh, and I have to. Yes, I need it. My friend, actually, we were dancing and the Apple Watch came up and he was like, it looks like you're training. Do you want to start an indoor walk? Actually, I have to add the transport because I left early.
You took the Uber or you took the...
No, I took the train. I took the last train. So that is 170 times 2.
Oh, I'm even getting closer to what I said.
Yeah. So 170 times 2, how much is it?
£3.50.
No, 40. £3.40,
I was close.
which is quite close. Yeah, I spent £56.40 for a night out, which is very night out and day out as well, which is like I think the cheapest you could do in London. To be fair,
No, it's a good price.
because last time I went out back in May, I invited people. Like we were like 6.
Inviting is the worst thing you can do.
No, I invited people to like one round of shots. It
How
wasn't
many
in heaven.
people?
We were 6.
Each shot is £2, £3.
Guess how much it was?
£28.
£30, yeah.
Yeah.
It was mad. Like that already, it's a lot. But I'm happy that with my friends we just pay our own thing and that's it, really.
Yeah, I feel like the main thing is this place. I feel like if I had money, which I do, I don't have money now, but I do it anyway sometimes. I love paying for people.
I know, and I hate that when you pay for me.
Yeah, but I feel like when I'm with my friends or with my family, I feel like I prefer to pay. It's not because I want to do something nice. It's just because I like to do it if I have the chance. Because in the past, I didn't have the chance to even spend money. And if I didn't have to, I will do it anyways because I feel like, it's something good to do.
Yeah.
I know you don't like it, but you're always sending me the money at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. I like it. With friends, I prefer you to just split it. Like, if it's your birthday, I can invite you to something. That's fine.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no. Like, with my family, we do it because I know they pay sometimes. I pay other times, so it's fine. Like, and they always like, how much do we owe you? And I was like, it's fine. It's nothing.
Yeah. With my family, I cannot do it because if I pay it, then they will pay me double.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a good business,
Introduce me to your family, please.
Yeah, they don't like me to pay the things. So then when I pay, so they're okay, then I give you the money and you don't pay the next food. So I just stopped doing it. But I don't like it. I feel really bad when somebody pays for me. I know
you said it. I feel really bad when someone pays for me, but then I like to pay for other people.
Yeah, but I don't pay for your dinner. I may pay for the coffee. I pay for like a small lunch, but it's not like a lot of amount of money. Like I don't know.
But then why don't you accept if you do it for other people? Why don't you accept when people do it for you?
I accept it, of course, but
you feel bad then.
I feel bad.
Why?
Because I feel like why would you pay that? Why do you want to pay it?
Why do you want to pay it, Brandon?
Because I like it.
I think that's childhood trauma.
Why?
Because you don't feel you are enough for people to like you and to be invited.
No.
Because you feel bad. You shouldn't feel bad.
No, I don't. I feel like when I was.
Yeah, now he's.
No. No. It's just because when I was in Canary Islands, I didn't have the money to be able to pay for that until I was 18. I had my first job, so I never had the money to be able to pay for people or to pay even for me. I didn't have the money. So when I started working, it was kind of like the first. I was like, great, I have money, I can pay for things.
Yeah.
So.
But if now you have money and I have money, why do you feel bad if I invite you to something? If we are in the same level, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe with you, I don't feel bad.
Yeah, but you don't change it. Don't change it.
I don't know. I think when you and me now, we have this thing of I pay this and then I pay you that, and then so we have this kind of relationship.
We have the dynamic going. Yes, I agree. But
if somebody else, like one of our friends, pay for it, I feel like I don't know if they can pay for that, and they have, maybe they.
But if they are saying they're paying for it and they're happy to pay for it,
yeah, I know.
You have to trust them.
Yeah, trust.
But
them.
like I say the same. Like when people pay for me, I pay them back. Like I do with you.
Yeah.
And it's also that like I sometimes feel that is kind of the background of it is I don't feel in a way worth it, or people have given me somehow money in the past and I don't want to feel like I owe anyone anything.
Yeah.
And you want to feel like self-made in a way.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. This doesn't mean that we have money, so not at all.
We don't have a lot of money, but like, yeah.
We have a salary which is good enough, and we have to be thankful for that. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's money. But yeah, if I will have money, like a good amount of money, and I was getting paid like yearly, like 200,000 a year.
A month would be amazing too. Yeah.
Yeah, bring it on. But I would love like to be able to give experience to all the people that I know. Kind of like, oh, today we're going to a big restaurant. Then we go to Wasabi, or we go to
Wasabi, like if it was not
to
to
get a discount.
I don't have a discount.
Yeah.
Well, my mates do actually. Yeah.
No, but like when we go for our coffee, it's just I feel like I like to pay for the coffee, or like I go to. But of course, sometimes, like for example, now that things are getting tougher, kind of like in the UK, and for sure in Spain it's even worse.
Yeah.
But like prices are going up and things like that. I go like shit, like I need to calm down.
Calm down, save
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
It's not about saving money, because it's just like I don't spend money at all. Like I don't buy clothes. I buy organic food, and that's already like really expensive.
I buy organic food and iPhones.
An iPhone that I don't have yet, guys. It's been over a month now, so that's really nice. But yeah.
Well, Brandon, I think.
Oh, you want to know an update on the phone that somebody stole?
Yes, but you'll tell me next episode.
The next episode.
All right. Well, you can watch us on YouTube. You can also watch us on Spotify and listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Anchor. And that's it. Pretty much it.
Wow, you were practicing that for
Click
weeks.
a follow and also a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. That will really help us. Hopefully, at some point, we will get to the charts. All right.
The charts.
See you next week, Brandon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.